Thanks for joining me for devotions. I am getting some air in my wife's tires, and she is headed to Kentucky today. So I'm going to be batching it for about 10 days. Got a lot of work I need to get done, and no vacation time, so I can't go with them. So they're going to go see my family and have a good time and have fun and everything. But this has been some kind of a week. You know, when we see, as Christians, we see this landmark decision of Roe v. Wade being overturned. I went on the emotional roller coaster. I went to that high of excitement, and then I dropped in disappointment. And let me explain why, because it might not be what you think. First, I was excited because every life is valuable. Every life is precious. Not just newborns, not just babies in the womb, because I believe life begins at conception. I mean, that little, when there's a heart beating inside of there, you can't say that that's a massive tissue or a fetus, or you can call it whatever you want, but it's life. So my heart was overjoyed to think about the numbers of children who will not be murdered in our country. And then my heart dropped because I saw Christians posting on Facebook and all around the place, and people who should know better, posting how that this is all about rights and a woman's right to choose. No, can I tell you, your right to choose ended when you got in bed with that person. Now, there are instances of rape and incest and things like that that are a completely different matter, and we could have that discussion, but I am talking, the numbers of those are so minute and so small that it's not even, it's almost incalculable. So when I see Christians saying, oh, it's woman's right to choose. No, you made your choice when you got in bed. Consequences of the choice that you made. Now, if you don't want that baby, there are parents all over the country. I know several right now trying to find children that they can adopt. I mean, come on. How can you, as a Christian, how can anybody it's murder? It's not choice. I mean, some of the laws on the books with Roe v. Wade, talking about partial birth abortion, it's not like, oh, well, it's just a fetus. No, that baby's being born. The head is out and the needle is inserted in the back of the skull. Well, that baby could be birthed and given to somebody who wants it. Instead, it's a selfish choice. My heart was just absolutely destroyed. Like they're like they don't know the Lord, like they have no relationship. So many people do not understand is that Roe v. Wade being overturned is not saying that you cannot have an abortion now. I wish it was, but it's not. It's sending it back to the states. It is not saying that contraceptives are illegal. That is not what it's saying. There are some interesting people on social media and the news who are saying that that's what's going to lead to. But that's like saying making forks is going to lead you to be fat, or speaking is going to lead you to say curse words, or drinking a Coke is going to lead you to drinking something that's going to intoxicate you. It's stupidity. Could it end up in that? Well, yeah, it could. But that's not what this decision is about. This decision is about the sanctity of human life. And it reminds me of the passage that I read this morning in Matthew, which was Jesus talking to the Pharisees. And he said, you're like a bunch of whitewashed tombs, but inside you're full of dead men's bones. You look good on the outside, but inside you're disgusting. You're filthy. You need to clean your inside up. You see, what we think in our heart comes out of our mouth. And when people say things like, oh, abortion is my right to choose, it shows what's in our heart. And it shows me how depraved our world is and how far removed many Christians are from what true biblical Christianity is all about. Every life is sacred, not just the unborn, I get sick and tired of hearing people say, you Christians are just about the unborn. No, we want fostering and adoption. We want kids to be taken care of. We want families to have the support that they need. And the church should be the leading people stepping into that to help those situations. So it's not just about the unborn. It's about every born. It's about making sure every person has what they need to survive and to be taken care of. What a world we live in, where Christians can get mad for saving people's lives. Let's clean up on the inside first. Let's clean up our own mess before we start into all of this other stuff. Let's make sure we're not just looking good on the outside, but let's make sure we truly are good on the inside, that we are walking with God, that we are allowing Him to be the one who influences our thoughts and our mind, and not just what we think, because as the heart's desperately wicked, who can know it? As a human, we are depraved. But can I tell you, when we are walking in the Spirit, we will not fulfill the lusts of the flesh. We will not have that kind of attitude. Hey, Tommy, good to see you, my bro. I miss you, buddy. Hope you have a blessed day, too. So let's, as Christians, make sure we're not that whitewashed sepulcher, that whitewashed tomb that looks good on the outside but it's full of death. Let's make sure that we are full of life. Let's make sure that we inside are clean before we try to talk about things that we probably shouldn't be voicing our opinion of when we're not walking closely with the Lord. I hope that you have a great day. God bless you. And I am unapologetically pro-life.